We are live for UFC Vegas 85. Roman Dolidze and Nassourdine Imavov at the top of the card. So stay tuned. We got the big three coming up next.
Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the Community MMA with your host, Chris Cross.
Yes! Yes! Let's go, baby!
Dana White privilege.
Let's go, baby! Baby!
Yes, it's game time. UFC Vegas 85 well underway. And we're getting our butts kicked in the predictions tonight. It's been a bad night. But Randy Brown coming to the octagon. Hopefully he can change things up for us. We got to finish strong in the final three. And we got to run the table. I think just to go 50-50. 6-6. One no contest tonight. We'll get into that as the night goes on and we get some time. But Randy Brown and Salikov getting ready to lock horns. Both fighters standing in the octagon. They're in the octagon. They're waiting to be introduced. And this thing will be on and popping. So stay tuned. Man, Randy Brown 6'3" compared to the 5'11" Salikov. Big height advantage. All right, so here we go. Randy Brown, a.k.a. Rude Boy, Muslim Salikov. We got the full fight reaction for you. Both guys getting introduced right now, and it's going to be an interesting one. Welterweight division. Salikov weighing in at 171. The 1 pound limit. He's just 5'11". Randy Brown's going to be 6'3", 4 inches taller. And how will that pay off in his fight? Can he use the reach to his advantage? Can Salikov get inside? We'll see. And we got Randy Brown in the prediction winning this thing. So, and again, we got to run the table in the final three just to salvage an average night. Just crazy. Randy Brown 17-5. Let's go. 7-2 is the favorite. Almost 3-1. So I should feel good about this one, right? I should feel good about this one. Let's go, Rude Boy. Make it quick tonight. Make it quick tonight. Let's go. Make this thing quick. There's no reason to drag it on. No reason to drag it on. Let's go. Round one's underway. Fight's underway. Ooh, and a nice straight leg kick already by Rude Boy. He's in all black. Salikov in the red trunks. And you can tell Randy already wanted to use that distance to his advantage. Salikov got one strike in, but Randy's already up probably 3-4-1. Another straight leg kick. I like it. And a jab. Spinning back kick missed by Salikov. That was quick. And I mean, the height difference here is ridiculous. Randy Brown should just be able to punch downward, and he's in great shape. Salikov couldn't make 155, but probably better at like 160, 165. He's going to have, a tough time against some of the taller welterweights. Come on, Randy, get in there, man. Really want to see Randy get the knockout, the KO. 3:45 left, round one. Another straight leg kick. And Randy's just trying to keep the distance here. It's clear. I mean, with the jabs, the straight leg kicks, he's just trying to keep the distance in the fight. Now let Salikov and the power get inside. And if he can do that, it'll be his fight. And defend the takedowns. 3:15 left, round one. Boom. Big left by Salikov. 2 minutes gone. And you see, you just get the feeling that Randy Brown can do this all night long. Just keep the distance. And that's not what I really want to see. I want to see the finish. But he can do this all night long and just win a decision easily. Reach advantage. He's using it well. He's so much taller, light on his feet. Just looks like an athlete. Oh, another poke. And they touch gloves. I think Salikov is going to be all right, but he got poked. And we got a little break here. Man. Oof. Earlier, no contest, Mahmoud Muradov got poked and he couldn't continue. Clearly affected him, but he's gonna continue. Just 30 seconds into it. Randy Brown getting a warning. Ref telling him to stay back, but he's not doing anything. He's just chilling. And that's a downside of those jabs, right? Because you're really trying to reach and keep the reach out there, not let your opponent inside. Sometimes you're going to reach with those fingers pointed. And we're back at it, 2:20, around 1 left. Come on, Randy, keep playing with him. Nice leg kick. And he's clearly worried about the power of Salikov. I mean, he's not trying to get in there and trade. Spinning back kick missed. And Root Boy does a little dance with the legs, and he's back in there. And whenever Salikov loads up, oh, big right by Brown. And that's it. Holy cow. Salikov went right down, and Randy Brown just kind of couldn't believe it. It took him like 2 or 3 seconds before he went in and threw another. But Salikov just went right down on the big right hand. I got to see this replay because it was a huge delayed reaction by Randy Brown. I mean, huge delayed reaction. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to see. That's what we want to see. All right, here's a replay from the top. Okay, he lands a jab twice. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, he set it up nice. And Salikov just covered up. And that was it. Boom. Got him. All right, so big win for Randy Brown. He got the job done, man. Big welterweight win here for him at UFC Vegas 85. All right, so we're well into the big three now. We got one down. Randy Rude Boy Brown gets the win. We got this prediction right, and we got to get the next two. That's just the bottom line. We got to get the next two. Stay with us. We'll be right back here for the co-main event. Stay tuned. So as we get into some topics, first looking at the picks this past weekend. So we went 6-6. It was terrible. Main event though 2-0 with the Dreykus win. So we'll take that. We're 14-9 right now overall. Not pretty. Came out 8-3 last week. Started out strong. Got the main event last week. But at the end of the day, if we can keep building on the wins, the main thing is that main event. The last couple years, man, I better not even talk about it. Yeah, it's too late now. The last couple of years, we've just come out like crazy in the first half of the year. I don't know what it is. In the second half of the year, we're trying to hold on. And it's probably because, I think two years ago, we came out 16-2 in the main event. I mean, it was ridiculous. Last year, we were probably like 13-3. We were 13-4. I remember being 13-4 for sure. And then, I start feeling good about myself a little bit and taking chances down the stretch of people who I'd like to see win instead of what I think is actually going to happen. And I know it as the fight's starting that I'm like, I want this guy to win, but I don't know. And that's when you start making mistakes. And that's why I don't put money on this stuff, because that's exactly what would happen if I put money on it, is I would start second guessing myself. You know what I mean? I would end up putting money on the team I hope is going to win instead of the one that I actually believe is going to win. It's the same with this stuff. That's why I don't do it. And my record is better because of it. And I'm not controlled by anything else outside of it. So all that stuff helps when making predictions. You better believe it. You better believe it. So we didn't update the due list, but you can expect Dricus du Plessis to be in the top 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he's got to be. He's a middleweight champ. 7, 8, 9. He's probably going to jump above Volkanovski. So we'll save the due list. Actually, let's bring it up, see where it's at before the switch, because I haven't messed with this thing yet. So you see there, du Plessis and Strickland were 15 and 16. So my thinking is Bo Nickal's on the rise too. Look at him. We got to put Raquel Pennington in the top 20 for right now. She defends it 2 or 3 times in top 10, but right now. But going back and looking at the top 10, where do you put Dricus right now? Charles Oliveira is still 6, so he might be 6 because Volkanovski, to me, that loss to Islam, the way he lost and coming back so quick, it's going to be interesting against Topuria, so I'm a little unsure. If he wins that Topuria fight, then forget about it. He just has a blemish in the lightweight division, as a lot of people do. Look what happens to Max Holloway. He's going to fight Gaethje at 300, so he's going to have a problem there. It's tough going from featherweight to lightweight. Some people have done it, but it's tough. So we're probably going to fit Dricus in there right around Oliveira. That's probably where it's going to get tricky. He's going to be behind Leon Edwards because Leon defended the belt. So it's going to be right there. And Alex Pereira is a 2-belt champ. He's got to be in there. Islam Makhachev is probably the second most dominant champion right now behind John Jones. And it's not necessarily in the division that they're in, just over the stretch of their career right now. You got to have John Jones too. And you see Hamzat there at 1 and you're like, Chris Cross, what are you doing? And the bottom line is that's my guy. And I just think he should be fighting for the title right now. And I'll say that until the day it happens. And the day that it does happen, it's going to be like the Super Bowl for me. I mean, it is like my team making a Super Bowl. Like I want Hamzat to fight for the title. And I think it's a crying shame that they made him wait, make him wait longer and longer. It's like the UFC's got to do something now. It's time to get the thing done. Get this man into a title fight. Now, Ricky Glenn grabs a glove of Drew Dober, and the ref says fight on. So Dober's not happy about it. Glenn on his back. He's saying, come on, Dober, but Dober backs off, lets him up. And now Ricky Glenn, ooh, nice knee by Ricky Glenn. Oh, but he takes a big left. And Dober's coming forward. Standing lefty. Nice body shot with the left. And Ricky Glenn in a little bit of trouble now. Dober looking good. Oh, another big left. Ricky Glenn's in serious trouble. Takes another big left. He's on his back. The ref taking a hard look at this, and he takes 2, 3 more. Boy, and Tyone usually jumps in and now he does. It's over. Man, Drew Dober, in dominating fashion, goes down to his knees and just chills after getting the KO. So Ricky Glenn was talking a little bit of smack, but that smack did not last long at all. As Drew Dober gets the win, man, the American's going to move to 27 and 12. And as we always say, the lightweight division, the best in the UFC in terms of finishes, activity. Even when you get takedowns, it's good action. But Drew Dober came in and dominated this fight with a first-round victory by KO, 223 into the fight, lightweight division, UFC fight night. Oh, now a nice takedown by Riddell. Oh, Moicano gets the back. Moicano's climbing the back now. At the 2-minute mark here, round 1. One of the big lightweight fights tonight. And Moicano's getting underneath the chin. All right, he's getting underneath now. And Moicano is taking the back. Riddell looks like he's going to tap, but he doesn't. Boy, Moicano's got it. Oh, and he really locks it in now. And Riddell taps. Wow, Renato Moicano dominates Brad Riddell to move to 17 and 5. And he looked laser focused here in this fight. Final fight of the prelims at UFC 281. One of the lightweight bangers. Goes the way of the Brazilian. He's going to move to 17 and 5. Dominating in control to get the win. Lightweight division. UFC 281. Got Renato Moicano and Drew Dober in the lightweight division. 17 and 5 versus 27 and 12. And Moicano to me is ridiculous right now. He had a few setbacks earlier, but now he's really beginning to take off. But Drew Dober's no slouch. So let's get into it. In the lightweight division at UFC Vegas 85, best division in the UFC too. You got Renato Moicano coming in 17-5, taking on Drew Dober, comes in at 27-12. This is your co-main event. Now, as we get into it, Moicano, as you know, is a tall lightweight. He's 3 inches taller at 5'11". He's 34, Dober 35, so there's really no advantage or disadvantage there. In terms of reach, 2 inches for Moicano, 72-70. He stands right-handed. Dober stands left-handed. Both guys just above 4.5 significant strikes per minute. That's at a pretty good clip. Moicano, about 1 takedown every other round. Dober, not so much. He's lucky to get 1 like every 5 rounds. But I expect this to be a stand-up striking affair. Moicano, 74% takedown defense. Dober, 56% takedown defense. So Moicano's got the advantage there. Now, in his last fight, he beat Brad Riddell by submission. Before that, he lost to Rafael Dos Anjos, a.k.a. RDA, and beat Alexander Hernandez and Jai Herbert. So he's won 3 of his last 4. Dober, on the other hand, beat Ricky Glenn, lost to Matt Frivola, but also beat Bobby Green back in December of 2022. That's a big win. It's hard to believe he beats Bobby Green and loses to Matt Frivola, but it is what it is. He also beat Rafael Alves and Terrence McKinney. So he's got some pretty good wins under his belt, but it's kind of like you just don't know what you're going to get with Drew Dober. You just really don't know what you're going to get. And when you got guys like that, I like to go against them, and it's not helpful one way or the other, but Drew Dober just isn't consistent. Renato Moicano's been in the game for a long time. In 23 fights, he's got 17 wins. So that's saying something. I believe he's going to get the win here just on sure skill. He's going to outstrike Drew Dober, keep him at distance, and, you never know. He may land a leg kick or a big strike to get the finish, but I like him to grind out a decision victory here to get the win, likely on significant strikes, maybe a takedown or 2 to move to 18-5, lightweight division, UFC Vegas 85. Yeah, and the thing I like about Dober is he's like, he's short, stocky, low to the ground. He can deliver, but got to believe right now Renato Moicano is the favorite in this fight and is likely going to win this fight because of the skill level. And that's just a real simple pick for me.
Yes! Yes! Whoa! Boom! 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 Dude!
You're watching The Community MMA. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Yes! 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 Whoa!
Welcome back. This is your boy Chris Cross, TCMMA podcast, live, UFC Vegas 85, watch board in full effect. We're well underway. Big KO by Randy Rude Boy Brown, kicking it off in the first fight of the Big 3. So we like that, for sure. Now getting into the picks tonight, it's not looking too good at all. It's not looking good. Rajo lost, Randy Brown won. So let's see, we're 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 4 and 6. Yeah, we got to run the table just to go 6 and 6. That's sad. But, Moicano and Dolidze can get the job done and at least keep us well above 5 or 6 fights above 500 on the year early on in this third card. This isn't a good look. We went 6 and, we started out 8 and 3, then went 6 and 6, and now we, if we can get these two, we'll go 6 and 6 again. Luckily, I made 5 or 6 predictions for next week already, so I'm not nervous while I'm doing it and overthinking everything. We're not used to this. We're used to getting off to a good start. It's not happening. But it is what it is. We'll settle in. We'll get it going. It's been a few years since the predictions started out this rough in the first month of action. But luckily, we got like 40 weeks left to go, so on the year. And we're waiting. We are awaiting Renato Moicano and Drew Dober. I promise you this fight is not going the distance. I mean, I promise you. Someone's getting finished here. That's the bottom line. looks like we got some time, but no clips to play. So we'll have to wait it out. But yeah, you're asking for, in the chat room, you're asking for some Hamza updates, and there's not really any updates. It's just we don't know anything because they're not giving this guy fights. And, you know, you got Adesanya and Duplessis talking about fighting at 300, you know, and that's just a major problem for Hamza because he's just left waiting. He's just going to be waiting, man. Just waiting. And if you can't get fights, you can't move up. You see, this is what everyone's talking about. You know, Hamza's got to get fights. He doesn't deserve the title and all this type of stuff. But if nobody wants to fight you and guys just want to talk, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I mean, there's not much you can do. He's number one on the do list. We still got faith in him. Still believe he's going to beat everybody in his path. Hopefully more time outside the octagon just means he's getting better and better. That's the hope. But at the same time, it is disappointing not seeing him fight because we're, you know, waiting to see the guy fight. So yeah, that's the short of it. There's no updates. Hamza is not fighting anytime soon. And we're getting some highlights here from Moicano and Dober, and both these guys are finishers in their own right. I'm really looking forward to all three of these fights tonight. First one went our way with Randy Brown. I hope Moicano can continue winning. I remember a few years back, I think it was the Korean Zombie who just finished him. But since then, he's been kind of on a tear. I mean, he's 17-5. The guy wins fights. He loses every now and then, but, you know, and Dober's kind of in that same category. Man. And these guys' highlights are unreal. And you just see Moicano finishing opponent after opponent. One guy he finished, he then got into a shove match with him after. He said, I want to fight more. And then the guy said, you shouldn't have submitted me. Gotta love it. Yeah, and it looks like that's it. So it's going to be a good 4 or 5 minutes while these guys work their way to the octagon. Drew Dober, the first one out, born in Omaha, Nebraska. One of only 2 active Nebraskan fighters. That's pretty wild. Which makes sense, right? I mean, you're not going to have, there's going to be some states where you're going to have no fighters and not a lot where you're going to have multiple. So that's good for Nebraska to have 2. Short guy, Drew Dober, man. Low to the ground, a lot of power. And if he catches you, he can finish you. But much like Randy Brown, I believe Renato Moicano can use a distance to keep Dober off of him, right? Use a distance, set him up with the leg kicks, the feints, the jabs, and eventually drop in that power punch and end this thing. You know, that's what we're banking on. And we need it to happen. Salvage a night. King Terzi saying, I can't believe they haven't announced the main event yet for UFC 300. Me neither. And who knows who that's going to be. I mean, who knows who's fighting in the main event at 300. I think they're waiting still because they know that the current options aren't good enough. And they're trying to convince someone to fight, whether it be Adesanya. How does Duplessis come back in like 3 months after that crazy fight with Sean Strickland? Got to get Alex Pereira in there. You know, John Jones is out. McGregor's out. So it's too bad Islam Makhachev couldn't go because him and Leon Edwards would get the job done. But just not a lot of options for the UFC. There you go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Moicano. Yes, sir. Born in Brasilia, Brazil. One of 11 active Brazilian lightweights. Dang. Not active fighters. One of 11 active lightweights. That's crazy. Dang. I was going to say, when I first read that and I saw 1 of 11 Brazilians, I'm like, there's no way. There's got to be more than 11 Brazilians, but maybe that's right. And then it said in just the lightweight division. Moicano won 3 of his last 4 fights. Tied for 3rd with most rear submissions in UFC history with 6. Tied least amount of bottom position time in UFC lightweight history, 9 seconds. Dang. That's ridiculous. So basically, you got to defend takedowns, and you pretty much got to finish Moicano, and that's not easy to do. Korean Zombie did it, but it's not easy to do. That's why he's 17-5. Let's go, Moicano. Lay it up, baby. Lay it up for Roman Dolidze in the main event. Got to run the table, man. 6-6. Won't be happy about it, but given the circumstances of how this night started. And it's a shame Kizriev had that eye poke, because I think we were winning that one with Kizriev. So Moicano's 5'11", Drew Dober 5'8", both weighing in 1 pound over the limit at 156. Now you got Bruce Buffer doing his thing. So we're right around the corner from this fight. So we got this one and then the main event. That's it. Dober, you're going down, baby. You got 12 losses for a reason. You're going down. Let's go. Moicano. All right, so here we go. Renato Moicano, Drew Dober. Full fight reaction to UFC Vegas 85. It's about to go down. And I can pretty much promise you. Of course, by the time some of you watch this, you're already going to know whether I'm right or not. But I promise you, this fight is leading to a finish. It's not going the distance. It is not going the distance. There's no freaking way. There's just no way. Because both of these guys bring it. So it's going to be the takedown defense of Moicano and of Drew Dober, and whether he can get the big KO punch. Because if Moicano gets a hold of him, you can forget about it. Both of these guys bouncing around, and here we go. Touch gloves. Let's get it on. Ooh, Dober with the power already. And unlike Randy Brown, Moicano is more likely to get in there and mix it up, which is what makes you wary about this prediction. Moicano 13, Dober 15. Ooh. Tell you what, Dober's getting in the pocket, man. He's getting in a telephone booth. It's not good. Moicano's got to keep the distance here. And a nice leg kick from Moicano, returned by Dober. Okay. I'll tell you what, Dober, despite being short, man, he can get that leg up there. He can get it up there. Boom, big left for Dober coming in. First minute gone here. And a nice right by Moicano. Then he takes 2 lefts. Now he tries to shoot him for the takedown, but it's probably not going to work. And it didn't. And Moicano's going in because he got stung. And now he does get the takedown. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Yeah, and he felt something from Dober. He's like, I don't want to do this. And he's like, I'm going in for the takedown no matter what. Got stopped on the first attempt, then went right back in and got it. Now he's got the right leg tied up. Now he shifts to side mount. Dober's got the half guard in, but Moicano can certainly bring that leg over, but now he can't. Okay, so Dober's got a secure half guard here. And you better be constantly working against Moicano. trying to get those legs up to the hips, and it's not going to be easy. Now Moicano trying to set up the triangle here. I see what's coming. He's trying to hit the ribs to bring that arm down. And as soon as he does, that's going to be a problem. And he's going for it. Look, he just got just enough space. But Dober's pushing off pretty well, and he does. But Moicano's relentless, man. He's going to continue in this position and try to set something up as he lands a big left and another. Dober's still working. And I don't mind this in a lightweight division because there's a lot of skill on the ground. Guys got, 70% of the fighters in a lightweight division got major submission ability. And it's not boring because there's always something about to happen. Whether it does or not is a different story. And now Dober shoves off and Moicano goes right back in and gets on top. And Dober's got the full guard in. So this is what I'm saying. You're going to see a lot of this positioning. Moicano got shoved off, got right back in. Ooh, and a nice right there. Dober's going to try to get up. He doesn't. And normally I'd be upset. I want to see some action. I want to see the finish, all that stuff. And I still believe that's what's going to happen. But the way this night's went on predictions, we just need Moicano to win at all costs. I mean, that's just the bottom line. We need Moicano to win no matter what. Because we got to run the table here. And he's going back in for the triangle, but he doesn't really have it full. Dober, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Nice left by Moicano. He's still trying to set it up, but Dober's doing just enough to prevent it. Oh, he's got the hands over. This is his best shot. Go for it right now. Dober might get at this. 130 seconds left, but it's clear that Moicano is having his way on the ground. And again, he doesn't want any part of Dober on the feet is what it seemed like, especially early. When he's going for the triangle again here late, 10 seconds left. And he's not going to be able to get it in time. As we're under 5, Dober's going to hang on no matter what. And we go to the end of round 1. Okay. And that'll certainly slow down Dober in the second round. Maybe not in the first minute, but you're going to start to see him slow down. And we'll see if Moicano can get the finish. He better get the finish. Or at least better get the win. Don't play with me tonight. He better get the win. So both guys in the corner. We're actually on a commercial break, so we can't hear what they're saying, which drives me absolutely nuts. In the pay-per-view, we get to hear the corners. In somebody's fight nights, they go to extra commercials, So we can't hear what they're saying in the corner, but I imagine Dober's corner is saying you got to use a jab a little bit more. You got to see him coming in for the takedown and try to land an uppercut, something like this, because once Moicano gets the takedown, it's a wrap for the rest of the round. I mean, he just controlled him for 3.5 minutes. So and we'll get into the stats if it becomes necessary, but right now it's not because Moicano won round 1. I mean, that's obvious. One would think. Here we go. Round 2's underway. So starting out like round 1, right? Obviously, they're on their feet. And this is when Dober has a shot, but here comes Moicano right back into the body. And he's close to getting the takedown, and he gets it. Oh, man. And just relentless. And now if Dober can't get up, 2 for 4 for Moicano on takedowns. If Dober can't get up, can he last another 5 minutes on the ground with Moicano? I mean, you're using a lot of energy. Constantly defending positions. Moicano lets him go, and he drives him back into defense. And this is good for Dober if he can stay on his feet. But Moicano's still trying to use the legs to get the takedown. And Dober stays up for the short term. Dober trying to do everything he can to get separated from him, but Moicano's having none of it. And he lands a takedown once again. You know, and this is what veterans do. And again, coming into this fight, a lot of people were talking about the power of Drew Dober, and I get it. And at any time, it could come through. But he's got 12 losses for a reason. He's dealing with a Brazilian who's excellent with takedowns and control time, and can do that all night long if that's what needs to be done to win the fight. But still want to see the finish. Come on, Moicano. Let's get aggressive here. Let's go. And Dober doing a good job defending the positions and not giving up his back. Ooh, he slid to the full mount almost. And if he can get it, then that's when Dober might move to his stomach and give up his back. But Moicano cannot get the full mount. I mean, Dober's always got a half guard or full guard at all times. And every time he tries a triangle, Dober's good at keeping one of those hands tied up. So smart. Come on, Moicano. Finish him, baby. Finish him. I mean, it's just, I mean, how long can Dober do this? Moicano just having his way. And he's even toying with him, hitting, you know, landing shots at the rib cage to just bring the hands down and then try to get, you know, submission attempts. And now he gets the back for the first time. And Dober trying to get back to his stomach, and he does. Boy, and Dober reverses positions almost. Remember, Moicano just 9 seconds. On his back, I think it said, or under control, which is just crazy in this division. Ooh. And Dober gets on top. And this might be more time than Moicano's ever been on his back. And it will be. Over 10 seconds. Crazy. Look at Dober now. Ooh. And Moicano must have got caught with something because, you know, he's on his back in full defense right now. And Dober landed something out, another elbow here. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Moicano needs to get to the end of this round. It's amazing how things have changed now. Final 30 seconds, and Moicano's just holding on. Boy, and how will the refs look at this now? As Moicano dominated for 3.5, 4 minutes, and now it's Dober over the last minute. So how are they going to rule this round? Man. This is going to be an interesting third round. And they're going to have to get Moicano cleaned up, that's for sure. And they will. They're already going to work. Ooh. Wow, they're going to take a look at his eye. Wow. All right. Come on, get that cleaned up. Get that cleaned up. Yeah, Moicano. Yeah, he got caught. It's pretty clear. Let's see it. Headbutt. Oh. So it's hard to see where the where it came from. But we're seeing, Dober defend the takedown this last time and flip Moicano, which was impressive. And okay, now at some point here, he's going to take a shot. Yeah, so the ref, a little confusion here, but the ref did point to his head like there was a headbutt. We don't know. But the bottom line is we're into round 3 now. And that's going to cause problems for Moicano this entire round. And we'll see how it plays out. Both guys standing and striking right now. And now the fight could switch because Moicano's going to have a hard time getting takedowns as he starts to slow down. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The door's open for Dober. I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. Big left for Dober. Telling him Moicano needs to get this thing to the ground, and he can't. Shoot. And a lot of people saying in the comments, 10-9 Dober, round 2, 19-19. I don't know. If it was a headbutt, definitely not. But sometimes the refs don't give you credit for the takedowns. They count the strikes. And that could have easily been a round for Dober, I got to say. I mean, based on what judges have done in the past. So it could come down to this round. And to me, Moicano right now is fading. He needs something big. Dang it. Okay, big right by Moicano. Oh, no. Oh, and Dober messed up. He was about to flip Moicano again, but he didn't. And Moicano ends up on top. And this can be huge for Moicano right now. Again, he needs something big here. And he's trying to throw some punches. He is on top. With 3:10 to go. And Moicano's still dealing with the eye from round 2. But he's in control right now. And if you're him, you got to hold this position. Create some type of punches, some elbows, enough to clearly win this round. Because he won round 1, right? I mean, it's even. So whoever can show they win this round will win the fight. .230 left. And now Moicano opening up a little bit. So he's got the advantage in this round right now. And he's standing up, which is a mistake. He should just stay in control. Yeah, get back down there. Good. Good. Oh, it's the official that's pushing him? Come on, man. Leave him alone, man. Yeah, you can't bail out Dober right now. I mean, Moicano's all over him. You can't bail him out. And Mark Smith's in there looking. No, Mark Smith. I don't care if it's the end of the fight. He's dominating in control. Referee shouldn't decide the fight. And they're still working. I mean, and it's Dober who's holding down Moicano, if anything, so. Because he's in a rough spot. And if you're Moicano, just keep working here. Make sure you don't lose this position at all costs. 1:30 left. And Moicano clearly winning this round. Let's go. Close the door now. Looking like I might be wrong on the finish because we're getting closer and closer to a decision. 1:20 left in the fight. Yes, hold it. Hold it, Moicano. 1:10 left. Let's go. Let's go. Under a minute. This is great. This is great. Almost guaranteeing victory for Moicano. At all costs, stay on the ground. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, he's in a full mount. Get to it. Oh, he's in the mount. Come on, 30 seconds, 35 seconds. Let's go. Oh, he lost it. Dang it. And while Dober was in great shape, he tried to take down Moicano with like a hip toss and missed it and ended up on his back. And that's going to be the difference in the fight as we approach the tap here in round 3. There it is, 10 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Moicano's getting this one. All right, so we'll be back to 5 and 6. Yep. Now we just need Dolidze, as I like to call him. I think they call him Dolidze. I'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll get the name right before the fight. That's up next. Versus Imavov. Main event, final fight of the night on deck. And man, the lightweight division is just wild times. I mean, Makhachev definitely controlling the top, but Charles Oliveira sticking around. Arman Sarukian trying to make a move, obviously. Because if he can beat Oliveira, he's fighting for the title. Yeah, if he beats Oliveira, which, I'm not convinced that's going to happen. But if he does, then Makhachev is going to have to fight and defend the belt. Clearly. But you got a lot of young contenders coming up. You got the old heads, as we always talk about, like Poirier, Gaethje. And Gaethje's not even an old head right now. He's kind of starting to come up again. So they continue to control the top. I mean, can Poirier beat Saint Denis? If he can, these guys have controlled the top minus the title for a long time, especially Poirier. Here we go. Come on, Moicano. Come on, Moicano. Let's go. Unanimous. 29-28. Yes, sir. Give it to him. Yes. Yes. Back to 5 and 6. Okay. Told you we got to run the table. We got one more. We need Dolidze to come through. We'll be 6-6-1, 3-0 in the main event. We'll have to wait and see. But listen, Renato Moicano did it. It wasn't easy, but he got the win here in the co-main event, lightweight division, UFC Vegas 85. So, I mean, next up, the main event, Dolidze, something like that. First, Nassourdine Imavov. Get in the chat room. Let me know who you think's going to win that one. It's going to be a good one. Middleweight division. 2 big guys. Doesn't get any better. But yeah, get in the chat room. Let me know who you think's going to win. We're going to get to this prediction. And we'll be right back after this. Hamza and Bo continuing to go back and forth. These guys are just continuing to go at each other. This time, it's Bo Nickel getting in the mix. And he says, I would guess they will do Adesanya. But they're going to give Hamza a title shot at some point. Yeah, I hope so. I don't think that he's going to have to fight again until he gets a title shot. Do I think he deserves that? No. I don't think he's fought a single 85er. He's fought less 85ers than me, and my guys aren't even in the roster anymore. So Bo Nickel has some points here. Let's break this thing down. And first of all, Hamza's fought 2 185ers. Kamaru Usman, whether you like it or not, that fight was 185 and Gerald Meerschaert. So, so I get what Bo Nickel's saying. You can't discount that for 1 second. He's got a point here. He's absolutely got a point. The bottom line is Hamza has to do more. He's got to fight more opponents. He's got to get in there, and I want to see him fight for a title. And he was sort of promised that by the UFC, but it was a mixing of words. So at the end of the day, I just want to see the guy fight at this point. And, I get it. He wants to fight for the title, and I think he wins the title, but we got to get some fights in and just keep beating people. Hamza's not the guy that should be worried about losing. Just worried about getting fights and going in there and doing well. That's the bottom line. The mastermind says you're talking too much about Hamza. He's not that good. And you'll see that when he starts fighting the top 10 in any division. He's got bad cardio and can barely even make it past round 3. All right. So that's where I got to stop you. We will see when he faces a top 10. We will see what Hamza is capable of when he faces a top 10 fighter. He's not dodging it. We as fans are not dodging it. We've been calling for it. He had it against Paulo Costa and would have whooped him, you know. So it's not Hamza's fault always. Yeah, he didn't make weight against Nate Diaz, but get over that, man. Get over that. At 97 says, Hamza main event for the title. I know, that's what I want to see. Hamza got smashed by weight limit. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he missed weight, you know. When your best middleweight win is Gerald Meerschaert, you don't deserve to eat. Now, his best middleweight win is against Usman. See, people forget that. They're like, yeah, he fought at welterweight, but they fought at middleweight. It still counts. Hamza had one fight against Kamaru, who has never fought at middleweight before, and he somehow got ranked. Yeah, he also beat Meerschaert in 17 seconds. But I know you guys want to discount Meerschaert, even though Meerschaert won 4 of his next 5 fights after that 17-second loss. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Hamza is so overrated, my lord. How the heck does he get a title shot at middleweight after barely winning a decision against a welterweight? I had Hamza losing 2-1 against Burns and draw against Usman because first round was 10-8. Yeah, man. You know. Everyone's, you know, you want to bash Hamza, it's fine. It's all good. He's still coming. Now we're getting into Ian Gary. Posted today. The previous big win over D-Rod. And then all the WAG stuff. The power of his wife's boyfriend running through him. Some would say he has a power of 2 men. Unfair. I bet his first KO loss will be because he always leaves the right side of his face wide open when throwing shots. Yeah, but the bottom line is he's throwing the shots. You know, he's throwing the shots. And his opponents have a tough time dealing with him. They have a tough time hanging with him in the octagon, as we've seen by evidence. Ian Gary is for real. I mean, you know, it's all fun to joke with him. You're Sean Strickland, you're others. It's fun, you know. And we post videos and reactions about all this stuff and try to keep up with the drama, right? It's part of the gig. But the bottom line is this guy's a fighter, man. You can't take that from him. This guy is a fighter. Chris Curtis running out of time here. He's got the eye poke. Ooh, and the ref's trying to stop it, and Chris Curtis is begging him not to. But he's only got about a minute and a half left here of the 5. And the ref now saying he's going to have to stop the fight if he can't see out of the eye. So you got this going on. And you've seen a lot of fighters that Chris Curtis is losing this fight, right? And you see a lot of fighters that would take the bow out here, but not Chris Curtis. He's trying to fight. That's the bottom line. Chris Curtis is trying to fight. And they're talking about it now. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and that's going to be it, man. And it's legitimate. I mean, it's legitimate stoppage. Really, the big deal here is Chris Curtis trying to continue fighting, which he could easily bow out. He's down 57-26 in significant strikes. He's given up 3 takedowns. Imavov is dominating here. Oh, okay, it was the headbutt. I thought it was an eye poke before that. Okay, it was the headbutt twice. Because Imavov reached out with the left jab. Then they came in on the headbutt, which I saw, but I didn't think the headbutt would cause a problem to the eye. But it turns out it was the headbutt right on the bone. So this fight's going to come to an end. It's going to be a no contest. So, I mean, that really favors Chris Curtis, right? A lot of time left in this fight, but he was down. Imavov could have a big win over Curtis. Neither guy is going to get the win. Imavov remains 12-4. Chris Curtis remains 30-10. That's how this one goes down at UFC 290. And Dolidze on his back now. And he's looking to wrap up the leg, though. Look at this. And Dolidze's got Hermanson in an awkward position. Ooh, he's got the back of Hermanson. Oh, and Hermanson's in trouble here. Wow, he's got the leg tied up. Hermansson's on his stomach and Dolidze's on it. Has taken the back and he's pounding away now, laying on top. And Hermansson is just covering up. He cannot get out of this. Look at this. Man, Dolidze from his back has totally flipped this fight. And Hermansson is in serious trouble because he can't fight back now. And that's it. It's over. The ref wastes no time. And Roman Dolidze will now be ranked in the top 10 of the middleweight division. 6 straight fights for the underdogs. Big win for Roman Dolidze, and this one's going to make headlines, guarantee it. He's now 12-1 with a TKO finish here in round 2 over Jack Hermansson, who falls to 23-8 and looked great up until about 20 seconds before the finish. And I don't even know how to describe what he did with the leg, but he got Jack Hermansson's right leg tied up. You see him grimace in pain. And then Dolidze ends up taking the back, and that's it. Unbelievable. Roman Dolidze gets the win here, middleweight division, UFC.
But in the main event, we're going to go right to it. Roman Dolidze, 12-2. Nassourdine Imavov, 12-4. Getting ready to lock horns in a big middleweight division clash. And who's going to win this one? I don't know. That's why we do the prediction. I don't even look at it. I just do it and make a decision on the fly. And then I got to back it up and stick with it. So let me at least play it again so I can remind myself and then come back and back it up. Check this out. In the middleweight division at UFC Vegas 85, your main event. And we're 2-0 on the season. So ride with us on this one. You got Roman Dolidze coming in at 12-2. Taking on Nassourdine Imavov, who comes in at 12-4. He's in fact the favorite. So let's see what it looks like. Imavov, 1 inch taller at 6'3". He's 28 years old. Dolidze, 35. Both guys stand right-handed. Now, in terms of activity, that's Imavov, 4.6 significant strikes per minute to just 3 for Dolidze, because that's because Dolidze likes to get takedowns. He gets like 1 every other round, maybe just a little more than that. Imavov gets 1 like every 3 rounds. Now, in terms of takedown defense, that's all Imavov, 72% takedown defense. Dolidze, 33%, and that's plagued him in his career. In his loss of Marvin Vettori, though, he lost by decision. Not bad. 106-71 in significant strikes. Before that, he won 4 in a row against Staropoli, Kyle Dawkins, Phil Hawes, and Jack Hermansson, just to name a few. 3 of those 4 were wins by KO. So he's won 4 of his last 5. He lost to Trevin Giles back in 2021. But it looks like he's a different fighter in the last 5 fights for sure. Now, when we talk about Imavov, he came off the no contest to Chris Curtis, who's a tough fighter. Against Sean Strickland, he lost to him by decision with trailing 123-182 in significant strikes, but he beat Joaquin Buckley, Edmund Shabazian, and Ian Heinisch before that. So these guys are kind of at a crossroads. I mean, one loss to Strickland, the other lost to Marvin Vettori. So they both lost to, well-respected fighters. So it's tough to make a decision here. But when you look at it, I mean, Imavov, to me, has better takedown defense, and he's a better striker. So he's going to win this fight, despite the fact that Dolidze has the momentum. I look for Imavov to win this fight with takedown defense and significant strikes on the feet to get the decision victory here in the middleweight division at UFC Vegas 85. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you got to make a decision, and that's the way we're going to go with it. But it's going to be a great fight in the middleweight division. I mean, the big 3 this week are ridiculous, but this one's important. I mean, 2 guys with solid records. And is it always for a title shot? No, it's a fight night, right? But these guys are still within contention. They're still within contention of a title. And the loser drops even further. The winner looks upward, right? Fights an opponent above him next. That's why these fights are so important. Who's moving forward and who isn't.
Yes! Yes! Whoa! Boom! 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 Boom!
You're watching the Community MMA And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Yes! 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 Ha ha ha! Wow! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha!
Welcome back. This is your boy Chris Cross. This is the TCMMA podcast. We are alive. UFC Vegas 85. We're getting ready for the main event right now. Dolidze, something like that. Coming into the octagon, so this fight is just about to kick off. Big win for Renato Moicano in the co-main event. We said from the top we have to run the table, and we've done it. If we can just get this fight right here, if we can just get Roman Dolidze, I always mess his name up. If we can just get him to win the fight, it'll be huge. Absolutely huge. 6-6-1, but 3-0 in the main event on the season. So that's what's up for grabs right now. That's what we're monitoring. Both guys for real, man. Imavov's no joke. Dolidze fighting out of Georgia. He's no joke. And when you start getting to serious fights like this, I mean, these guys are going to bring it. That's the bottom line. Let's get to it, man. Let's go. Let's go, Roman. Please, Roman. Get the win here. So here we go. Roman Dolidze versus Nassourdine Imavov. Full fight reaction here at UFC Vegas 85. Both guys getting introduced right now. This thing's about to pop off. It's time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Roman, you got a little fear on your face. I don't like that. Come on, man. I need this, man. Don't do it, Imavov. Don't do it to me. He's the favorite, too. 2-1. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. That is not good, ladies and gentlemen. So Imavov's in. He's ready to go. Roman's going to get introduced, and this thing's going to be on and popping. Let's go, Roman. Come on. 12-2. No joke. Fighting out of Georgia. 6'2", 186. Underdog. 3-1 is the dog. Okay. I can respect it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, my dude. Let's go, my dude. Yes, sir. We need it, Roman. We need it. Y'all get in the chat room. Let me know what you think. It's about to go down. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. And the stare down. Yeah, Imavov's not going to be easy, man. Oh, gosh. I'm worried about the pick now. Oh, my goodness. Come on. You got it, Roman. You got it, baby. Come on, you got it. He's number 8. Imavov number 11. Main event. This is it. And this could end at any second. And already Imavov, I should say, lands a left jab, straight leg kick. And he's moving well. And Roman's going to try to set up the big shot. But Imavov is good at defense. I mean, and he lands a leg kick to the body already. And Roman is already flinching on any movement from Imavov. And Imavov is doing a lot of movement. So that ought to tell you here in the first minute. Roman a little jumpy, tries to go in for the takedown. He can't get it. Now they'll tie up and Roman will walk him back. 5 rounds potentially. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Because neither guy ready for that. And we've had some good fights, right? We had the finish quickly from Randy Brown. Then we had a long decision between Moicano and Dober. Went Moicano's way, went our way. And now we're in the final fight of the night, main event. And we need Roman to win. But Imavov is no joke. Come on, Roman, let's go. Man, quit talking to the ref and fight. Dang. Let's go. And they're still just tied up along the fence. I mean, Roman's in a better position right here. But not much action. Not much action right now. Roman's complaining about something. I don't know. But he just needs to fight and get the finish. That's the bottom line. Ooh. And they're free. And a big right by Roman and a leg kick. Okay. Okay. And I'll tell you what, Imavov sees it coming pretty well because he's always ducking away from the punch. It's like he can telegraph it. It's too slow. Now we're almost in a feeling out period like you would expect in the first minute as things are slowing down just a bit. And a nice right by Imavov, another nice right. And Roman had to get out of there quick. Oh, God. Come on, Roman. You could do it, Roman. Come on, Roman. Oh, big right by Imavov. Oh, shoot. Come on, you got to move, man. Keep your head off the line. Oh, shoot. Oh, Dolidze goes down. Imavov's pounding away. Here we go. Here we go. And Roman can't do anything. The ref is really close right here. It's early, though. Roman's got to do something to stop that right hand. It's just continuing. And, boy, he's got to do something. And he's trying. But Imavov got that right arm free. And Roman's got to roll, stand up, do something. And he puts himself in a bad spot now, giving up the back. But he's got to do anything he can to get out of this round. Come on, Roman, get out of the round. 40 seconds left. Dang it. Oh, he's got the back. Oh, goodness. Keep your chin down. Oh, my goodness. Keep your chin down. Stop that right hand. Boy, Imavov's landed a lot here in the last minute. 10 seconds left. There's a tap. Just hold on. Oh, no. Armbar. Oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and there's the round. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. And that's the first round. Roman looks like he's gone 10. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, man. He took a lot of strikes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I can tell you this fight's not going 5 rounds, that's for sure. And it all started with that big right. And then Roman took the knee, then a left, he goes down. And boy, he's lucky to hold on. He is lucky that Imavov didn't finish it. Oh, man. Yeah, and Roman's tough, but I don't know, man. You could be as tough as you want. Taking punches like that, forget it. Man. Go, Roman. Get your bearing straight. Keep your head off the line. Gosh, he's just so flat-footed. It's easy. Oh, big left by Imavov. This thing isn't far away. Imavov catches him one time. It's going to be a wrap. Dang it. Yep, might as well throw the right, Roman. I hear you. Yep, might as well go for it. And Imavov sees it now. He knows that Roman is completely gassed. And Roman's tough, but I just can't see this thing going through this whole round right here. I mean, he's fading. And Imavov's actually in no rush. He's just waiting for that one opportunity. Come on, Roman, dig deep, man. Let's go, dig deep. Now Roman ties him up once again. All right, I mean, just need time to breathe here. Just need time to breathe. Come on, Roman, do something. Before you get separated, do something. Got to maintain this position. And I'm surprised, really, that Roman made it through 2 minutes. I mean, this is his best shot, is just to try to control Imavov against the fence, to try to get his bearings straight. Because he didn't look good at the beginning of the round at all. And he's not doing good in the stand-up. So he's got no choice but to work this way. I hear you, Roman. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on. And Imavov smiling at the corner like he knows what he's doing. Now he flips position. He's got Dolidze up against the fence. 2 minutes left in a round. Here we go. And Imavov's going to open up now. Yep. Job, Roman. Keep throwing bombs. Keep throwing punches. Come on, keep throwing, keep throwing. Oh. I guess I shouldn't be too upset at Roman. I mean, he could have easily been done right now. I mean, he's kind of doing what he has to do to straighten things out. 120 left, round 2. And all of a sudden, this fight's, dragging deep into round 2. Round 3 is on around the corner. Be very surprised if the co-main and main go to the distance. I thought Moicano Dober would lead to a finish, and then I definitely think this fight will lead to a finish. It hasn't yet. It was close. And sometimes when you're like Roman, and you get beat up a little bit in the first round, and then you kind of get through round 2. You actually get your, they call it a second win, but it's for real. Slow down Imavov a little bit. He's just holding on. That's all he's doing the whole round, is just holding on. And he's building up control time. Don't know how the judges will see this if it goes that far, but yeah. Now Herb Dean's going to break him up, but there's only 20 seconds left. And Roman throws a right again. And a left. Okay. Boy, Roman just throwing now. Oh, a big right by Imavov. 5 seconds left. And this is not where Roman wants to be, but lucky the round's coming to an end. Man. All right. Round 3 is coming. All right, Roman, not a bad round.
easier said than done, but it surprised me that Imavov let Roman just lean on him the whole round when he had him on the ropes. Now Imavov looking a little slower. He's breathing a little harder over in the corner. And they got to do a lot of work on Roman right now. It's what they're doing. Kind of telling him to keep doing what you're doing right now. And Imavov's corner's in a little more of a panic because you would have, if you had to bet, you would think that he would get to finish in round 2, but he didn't. So here we go. Here we go, Roman. Let the comeback begin, baby. Now you just need a big round 3. Here we go, boys. And Herb, you just stay out the way, man. Just stay out of the way. Let Roman hold all day if he needs to. Ten seconds gone here, round 3, and it's just Roman does not want to be in the stand-up. Now Roman smiles after he gets jabbed, so. And I'll tell you, Roman's not connecting, but he's just like throwing big right hands just to let Imavov know he can, he can still land him. He's still got some power. Trying to keep him back. And now Roman's going to pin Imavov up against the fence again. And, we can continue to see this. And I think it just favors Roman at this point. Because anything he can do to avoid the stand-up is working. And if you were in an arena, this is a pay-per-view event. People will be booing right now. People will be going crazy. This is not what people want to see. But you also have to understand, the guy's trying to do anything he can to stay in the fight and try to win it. And standing up with Imavov isn't working. And here we go again. They're free. Over a minute gone in round 3. Both guys beginning to tire. Man. Come on, Roman. Just one time, baby. Just one time. Show him why you're top 10. Let's go. Such a crucial fight, too. I mean, you're trying to maintain your top 10 spot. Imavov's trying to get into the top 10. He's right there. This is like the perfect fight for him, really. Because I don't know if you want to fight anyone else in the top 10. Roman's got him pinned up against the fence. Here we go. Roman trying to run the clock a little bit. Can't blame him. Now they separate back to the center. Oh, boy. Big right by Imavov. And that's why if you're Roman, don't let go, man. Just hold on for dear life. Gosh. Now it's Imavov who ties up, and this is going to be good for him as Roman spins him around. He's got his back up against the fence. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe it. After round 1, when Roman was almost done, he's found a way to stay in the fight and run this clock a little bit. Yeah, Roman's corner wants him to shoot for a takedown, but I say, listen, this is working right now. This is working. And you got to slow down Imavov. And if you go for the takedown and you miss it, you might be back into the center of the octagon standing up again. That's not where you want. So I disagree with the Roman's corner right now. I say stay exactly where you're at. Let everybody moan and groan that there's no action. They can moan and groan after the fight. But if it leads to a victory, then it is what it is. Stay out of there, Herb. Stay out of there, Herb. They all right. Big left by Roman. Now they're back standing up. 1:30 left. A lot of time here, round 3. And you're going to start seeing Imavov push now. Yep. Big right. Oh, come on, Roman. Hold on, Roman. No, don't do that. Hold on. Yep. Yep. Yes, sir. Imavov just, I mean, absolutely, oh my gosh, 66-7 in the first round. Wow. 23-9 in this round, but it's Roman who's just holding on. So, whew. So despite the control time, Imavov may win this round still. It worked in round 2 for Roman, but here it's working, but he's just taking too many significant strikes in the stand-up. That is even though he's controlling, it's going to lead to him trailing a lot in strikes, and that's not good. Oh, here comes Roman with the big right and left as Herb Dean separates him. And I told Herb Dean to stay at it or he keeps stepping in. You know? You're messing up my man's strategy. That's not to get KO'd. Like, leave him alone. Spinning back kick by Roman. Nice. And Imavov will let the clock run, and that's it. All right, round 4. Oh, boy. I still think something's going to happen, but these middleweights get tired. Get tired. These guys aren't used to going 5 rounds. And yeah, there's a lot of tie-ups. There's a lot of ride time. But still a decent fight. Still a decent fight. Come on, Roman. I still believe in you. And even if I didn't, I ain't got no choice. I need you to pull this thing out. Because if you don't, there's going to be a lot of pressure on us next week. A lot of pressure. Both guys look tired in the corner. Round 4 awaits. Both guys are up and pacing. And Imavov just dominating in the stand-up. Roman holding on for dear life at times. And it's worked. And you can say what you want until you're in there, right? Yeah. And in the stand-up, Roman just throws like big shots even when he misses. Just trying to keep Imavov off guard, but it's not working. Imavov still landed until the point where Roman's got to come in, and there he does. Okay. All right. I like this strategy, Roman, but you got to land some strikes in the clinch, right? You got to win the round, baby. You win this round, you got a shot in the 5th. I still believe in you. And even if I didn't, I ain't got no choice. Got to stick with the prediction until it comes, until you lose. Now, Imavov, 16-1 favorite, but I'm not so sure he won round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful. This round is crucial. The problem is, though, is that Imavov clearly won round 1 and 3. Could he get 2 judges to give him round 2? I say no. So if Roman can win these last 2, he gets a 49-48 unanimous or maybe even a split decision. But he's got to prove to those 2 judges that give him round 2. That's what we're hoping. That he clearly wins round 4 and 5. Oh no, Imavov kicked Dolidze when his hand was down. Oh boy, now we got a timeout, 3:32. Oh, and now Imavov trying to fight the corner of Roman, and Herb Dean grabs him and says, I will disqualify you. And there might be a language barrier here. So what's happening is Roman's corner is not happy about the kick to a downed opponent. And let's see, the replay is going to be crucial here. Okay, now, I mean, we're seeing the replay of Imavov going over to the corner and Herb Dean saying, I will disqualify you.
And Herb Dean kind of grabs him and is walking him back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's clearly down. Clearly down. Now we're getting a corner reaction, and they're all pumped up. Now you got one of the coaches kind of hit the fence, and then they calm down right away. They did calm down right away, but one of the coaches hit the fence, and wow. Drama's building now. Here we go, baby. And it's really up to Roman, because he could get a DQ victory here, I think. Or he could, the other side is to gut this thing out and try to fight through it, and you might lose. But Roman is a tough guy, so. And that's crazy because we've seen this several times in the last few years, maybe 3 to 5 times, where a guy gets hit with a disqualifying type shot. Here we go. We're seeing a replay. Boom. Clearly got kicked with his hand down. And then he pounds the octagon. Did he lose a point? Did he lose a point? I missed that. I think he... that could be crucial. He was deducted a point. Okay, so now it's likely 1-1. So we got an even fight on our hands. It really doesn't change for Roman, though. It doesn't really do anything for Roman in terms of, instead of losing, he could potentially get a draw, but he's still got to win these 2 rounds in order to win the fight. And look at him going for a knee bar. I don't think it's going to work, though. A lot of time left, too. 2:50 left in round 4. Now you got the corners upset, coaches upset. And it looked like there's darn near 10 coaches in the corner. So I don't know how. That's what it appears. Maybe there's 6, but what I'm getting at was when this fight ends, are we going to have any problems? Now Roman's still just controlling Imavov against the fence, and wouldn't you do more and more of this now that he's lost a point? So, man, we could sneak out a victory on this one. I'll tell you what. People are going to be upset, but there you go. It's all right. It's all right, Roman. Keep holding. Keep holding. 1:45 left, round 4. And it's too bad this wasn't in an arena and it's in the Apex Center, because the fans would have been going crazy during that whole sequence. It would have added to it. Imavov had to be rushed back by Herb Dean, which I guess we got to say he let Herb Dean rush him back, because I think he would, I don't know if that would be much of a fight. Now it's Imavov got in the back of Roman, and this could be a rough minute for Roman. Come on, Roman. You can't take many strikes here. You got to tie back up. Yep, and they're swinging, and Imavov lands one, and a leg kick, lands a right. And you can see they're stinging rights and lefts when they come in. Now Imavov stands left-handed, gives him a different look, and he switches back to right. And Roman doesn't even move, probably because he's tired. 35 seconds left, round 4. And I'm still amazed, because after round 1, Roman was basically finished. Then he figures out a way to maybe win round 2. He gave up a few strikes in round 3, probably lost that one. Then Imavov loses a point in round 4.
So, at worst, Roman's got to win round 5 not to lose his fight. He may get a draw, he may get a win, but he's got to win round 5. That's got to be the message in the corner. Like, no matter how you figure out the points in your head, even if he got this round, if you lose the next, it's a draw. You could lose the next and lose the fight. So he's got to win this round to win the fight. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him he's got to win round 5. Come on, coach. Please. They're telling him he could KO Imavov. Why would you tell him that? Why would you tell him that? Just tell him he needs to win the round, even if he has to hold for 3 minutes. Please. And even while Imavov's still strong, but beginning to tire. I don't know if those punches, I mean, I know they're not as strong as they were in round 1, but he's clearly getting tired. Both guys are. They're not used to 5 rounds. But I'm starting to believe more and more in Roman Dolidze. What a tough dude, man. What a tough dude. Round 5's underway. And the name of the game in this round is to survive at all costs. Come on, Roman, get up. Oh, and Imavov's not going to let him up. And Roman's fine with staying on his back. And he's just going to keep Imavov off of him. But yep, and Herb Dean stops it immediately. And Imavov doesn't like it. Gives Herb Dean a weird look. But the bottom line is Herb doesn't want another kick to a down opponent. So, you know. See, and Roman's done this round by round. Like, he's going to sit there and strike a little bit in the first minute, but he's going to find a way to get into the body. And if he listens to his coaches and tries to get a KO, he's going to get KO'd. So here we go. He's walking him back. This is what you got to do. And this is not what the coaches are telling him. Roman's doing this on his own. And, you know, he's only 14 fights into his MMA career, but he's had enough fights to know how to survive and how to win. And even DC saying he needs to get space, try to end the fight. I don't know what anyone's talking about. I'm not seeing the same thing. What I'm seeing is Dolidze has a chance when he's in the clinch because the clock's running. He's not getting finished. Imavov lost a point. Roman probably won round 2. So there's a lot up for grabs in this round. And Roman cannot afford to lose this round. So bottom line, he cannot afford to lose this round. He has to win it. Even if it's by a little bit. Ooh. And Roman doing something with the ankle here. He's got an ankle lock. Oh, and he can't hold it. He lost it, but he's going back in. Oh, nice elbow there by Imavov. And I think that caused a problem for Roman. 2:40 left. And a lot of energy buzzing right now among the coaches. Everyone's screaming. You can hear it in the Apex Center, right? Because it's quieter. And both sides want to see a finish, but Roman's tired. I just don't think he can afford to stand and strike with him. I know I've said that 100 times in this fight, but I think you run this clock out. You try to land some shots in the control position here, 2:15 left. And Herb Dean trying to tell him, you gotta go. You gotta go. And hopefully you pull out a close decision. And how's this gonna work? If Imavov wins this 49-46, then he still wins 48-46 on the point deduction, right? But if he's 48-47 on 2 judges' scorecards and Roman gets 2 rounds and he loses the point, we have a a majority draw. So that's kind of what's happening right now. Is Imavov was, you could clearly see him calculate in his head when he lost the point. You can't win 3-2. You have to win 4-1 on 2 judges' scorecards, and I'm not so sure that that's what's happened. Not so sure. So it's going to be a tense decision, and it might take a second with the point deduction for Bruce Buffer to make sure he's got it all under control and no mistakes are made. Oh! Big elbow and knee by Imavov. And see, that's not good. They're standing up now, a minute left. This is not good for Roman. And Roman looks at the clock under a minute. I think he feels good about that. And he's going to walk Nassourdine Imavov back to the fence, lands a knee, slips, and he's back up. Final 45. And I cannot believe that the co-main and now maybe the main are going to go to a decision. I just cannot believe it. Now Imavov just holding down Roman. He's looking for a submission, but not a lot of time here to work with. And Roman keeps that hand down and takes a punch. And that's what led to the kick earlier. 15 seconds left. And Roman laying on his back, and this is not a good look. This is not a good look. And back to their feet. 5 seconds left. Y'all got to throw. And Imavov might have snuck this round. And Imavov might have snuck this round. He's either going to win the fight or it's going to be a draw. And neither one's good for me, but a draw would at least keep us undefeated in the main event. And I don't think we had a draw all of last year because Ankalaev and who is it? Ankalaev and was it Jan Blachowicz that went to a draw that one time for the title? I can't remember. But I don't think that was last year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to wait just a few more minutes, see what happens here, but I'm hoping for a miracle, man. That was a long one to sit through. A long fight of control time, riding time. And it's hard to say because I think Imavov won the fight, but the point deduction makes it a lot more interesting. Because I don't know that he won the fight 49-46 on 2 judges. That's what he needs to win it. So I'm gonna guess majority draw. We'll see. Can't see a split draw. I don't know if I don't know, man. Roman would still have to win 3 rounds to win the fight. And I don't see that either. So best case scenario for Roman is a majority decision. Yeah, so I'm going to say 47-47 and 48-46. And Imavov being held back. He's giving the finger to the coaches. This guy's crazy, man. And I think they're showing the strike again. Boom. When he had his hand down, yeah. Seeing some replays. And Imavov just dominated in control. I don't think Dolidze did anything when he held Imavov. Because the whole point was just to get his bearings back and try to stay in the fight. So in terms of aggressiveness, and really that first round, 66-7, in significant strikes, that was ridiculous. And sometimes that's enough for the judges to give you another close round or two. So maybe he did pull this thing out. I don't know. I really don't know. And it's definitely taken a while. Here we go. It could be a bad night if we don't win this one. It's going to be a bad night, man. Come on. 49-44. 47-47. 48-46, so he won it. Imavov won. 49-44 was a little ridiculous. And the next judge was 47-47. And then a 48-46. So one judge was off the rails, 5-0. But Nassourdine Imavov gets the win, as he probably should. The point deduction made it interesting. But he got, I guess it would be a majority decision for Nassourdine Imavov here. He's going to move to 13-4. He's not happy with the corner of Dolidze, but that is what it is. This fight's a wrap. Middleweight division. UFC Vegas. 85. So I don't think we'll get any antics here from Imavov. Guy's now 4-1 in his last, 4-1-1. Won no contest in his last 6 fights. So he's looking good. He's going to jump to probably number 8 or 9 in the middleweight division. So he has arrived. He'll get a big fight. Don't think he'll win it, but he does have the potential to get better and better as time goes on, for sure. But listen, it's been a great show, a long one. 2 long decision fights we had to sit through, but we made it. Hope you have a great night. This is a wrap. Hope everyone has a great night, and God bless. As always, peace.